Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jason with Jadren Aquatics. Thanks for hanging out with me again. So today, it's been a while since we've done a fish room tour. So this is gonna be part one. I'm gonna take you tank by tank. I think right now I have about 69 tanks up, and I've got spots for other ones. The Petco $1 per gallon sale just started, so I've got 4 40 gallons I need to get picked up to get some spots filled, and I'm working on building another stand. I took down 18 tins that I mainly had guppies in, and now that I've gotten so crazy back into shrimp, I want tins again because it's just overkill to put a few shrimp. It's overkill to put a few shrimp in a tin to start off with, but tins are so much cheaper. So that's the route I'm going to take. So I think I'm going to build a stand that's going to be able to hold 12 tins. Again, so I can get some more Caridina shrimp in. A ton has changed in the fish room. I've taken down a lot of tanks. I've switched other tanks out. I've switched stuff that was in the tanks. I moved most every guppy I have out to the pond outside. I have a few that I still really like that I keep inside, but just not that many. At least ones that do good for me are some of the ones that I keep in here. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's go tank by tank so I can show you guys what's going on. All right, let's start out with tank number 1 here. This is a 40-gallon breeder with a mix of stuff in it. As you can see, there's still plenty of room to put other fish. I just haven't decided what it is that I want to put in here. The main fish that we have in here right now is some Apistogrammas. These are the Vietas. There are 6 of them here, 3 males and 3 females. This has also become my grow out tank for my calico bristlenose. I moved them out of the snail tank that I had before. Also, you'll see in here I've got a couple of bamboo shrimp sitting right back there. These guys used to stay hidden all the time, but now they come out a lot. And then there's also a blue phantom plecostomus and a L128. There's the other bamboo shrimp. But I almost never see that plecostomus. There's also some there's some skunk Cory cats in here also, maybe 6 or so of them. Also some plants I got. These things are kind of cool because they grow up out of the top. These are some ones I bought this big lot of plants, and that happened to be one of the ones that was in it. Tank number 2, a 40-gallon breeder. This has got some more Apistogrammas in it. This has got the Agazizis. It also has some, I think these were block eye Cory cats. I think there's about a dozen of them in here. There are also some Endlers. I think these are maybe some Starburst Endlers. I have about 7 or 8 different types of Endlers now, and I forget which ones are which. I haven't done a very good job of putting the stickers on here to remind me what the heck I have in each tank. There is also a vampire plecostomus, an L240, and there's also an L501 hypensistrus plecostomus that's in here also. Here we have a 20-gallon long. This guy has a bunch of guppies in it. I think these are called sunrise guppies. It's some that I got from Phil at Tamed Waters. Also, if you look around the bottom, there is a jillion orange sun-kissed or orange pumpkin. Some people call them sun-kissed Neocardinas all over the plants here. Another cool plant that I don't know what the heck it is. I know what this is. I know what Sawassertang is, but I don't know what the plants are. Next tank is another 20-gallon long. This has some Dumbo Super Dragon Guppies in it, some more that I got from Phil at Tamed Waters. All I have left right now are 2 females. I know some of you are probably looking at those going, those aren't females. Yeah, they are. They're just gorgeous females. I lost the male. But you can see they've had a lot of fry. There's probably 40 or 50 fry that are in there. So kind of waiting for them to grow up. Some more cool plants I got back there in the back that I got out of that assortment. That again, I haven't written down what they are. I just haven't taken the time to make stickers for them. Also, there's some cherry shrimp in here that I've started throwing in here also. If you guys are enjoying this video, I would love it right now if you would take the time to subscribe. Don't forget to also hit that like button and share it. Share it with someone you love, because that's what we do for the ones that we love. Next tank is another 20-gallon long. This has some Dumbo Super Dragon Guppies in it, some more that I got from Phil at Tamed Waters. All I have left right now are 2 females. I know some of you are probably looking at those going, those aren't females. Yeah, they are. They're just gorgeous females. I lost the male. But you can see they've had a lot of fry. There's probably 40 or 50 fry that are in there. So kind of waiting for them to grow up. Some more cool plants I got back there in the back that I got out of that assortment. That again, I haven't written down what they are. I just haven't taken the time to make stickers for them. Also, there's some cherry shrimp in here that I've started throwing in here also. Here is another 20-gallon long. This has some red sailfin Venezuela Corys. There was about 6 or 7 in here, but I think I only seen like 1 or 2 in here lately. And then also it's got some super red bristlenose. It's got a couple of breeding pairs. You guys can see, get the glare off here. You'll see some of the babies all swimming around. That's a cave they spawn in all the time. You look up here in this filter. This is another tank. As you've seen a bunch of my tanks, I just kind of throw some random shrimp in. And so these are some random shrimp I've just thrown in that have been breeding like crazy. And so, again, you can see there's some more, some of the baby bristlenose up there. All the adults are hiding. Oh, there's one. There's one adult back there in the corner. This is another 20-gallon long. As you can see, this one is absolutely just loaded with guppy grass. Also, what's in here is there are some albino Corys. There's some long fin chocolate bristlenose. The guppies aren't in here anymore. And then there's probably 4 or 5 CPD, Celestial Pearl Danios. This tank is interesting because this is again another one that I threw a bunch of shrimp in. When I say a bunch, I literally mean like less than 20. Probably maybe a year ago it's been. And these things have just blown up to the point that I started listing them on eBay as just culls, because some of these, you know, don't have, you know, a lot of great color. Some of them are almost kind of faded out blacks and real light reds. And so I listed them on there, and literally within a week, I sold over 700 shrimp in this tank. And it barely looks like I made a dent. I was always curious how many shrimp are in here. So obviously there was well over 1,000 there. For all I know, there may have been 2,000 in there. Here's another 20-gallon long. This one's got some violet Corys. It's got some Hesperosus Corys, and it's got some pygmy Corys. And then it's also got some honey dwarf gouramis. 4 or 5 of those in there. And that's also, oh, it's a live bear. Someone told me what it was and I've already forgot again. Again, I didn't mark it. There's also 4 or 5 of these super red albino. That's like a super red albino mix bristlenose. And you'll see in here they've also had some babies. Well, of course, when you're trying to find them, you don't see them. That's the guy again that I can't remember what the heck that guy's called. Another one where you can see that I've just put some random shrimp in here and they've started going crazy. There's some of the violet Corys right there. Oh, there's one of the babies. I was kind of surprised these spawned. I didn't think they were old enough yet. They didn't look like they were at least old enough. Okay, here's another 20-gallon long. This guy has a bunch of bleeding heart tetras. When I bought these things, I didn't realize they get this big. I've actually I removed half of them already and traded them in. You can see also there is a ton of snails in this thing. There's also some Weissmanni Corys. You'll see those right there. There's probably about a dozen of them. There's some long fin bristlenose. You can see a bunch of those Weissmanni down there. Next tank here, this is a 40-gallon breeder. You'll notice in a lot of my 40 gallons there's a sponge like this one that's not connected. I do that a lot because it makes it really easy whenever I want to start a new tank. I'll just take one of the old sponges and swap these out and then put the old sponge into the new aquarium, and it's completely cycled and ready to go. I'm working on getting another 12 10-gallon tanks set up, so I need more sponges, so I'm just kind of preparing. You'll notice in here I've got a bunch of black angelfish. These guys are just absolutely beautiful. I bought these from one of the subscribers, Fish Out of Water. He bought too many of them. Here's some, there's some gold, I'm not gold, there are some green laser Corys. There's also some rummy-nosed tetras. There is a flash pleco or an emperor pleco right there. And there's probably 4 or 5 just regular brown bushy nose plecostomus that are in here also. I think I need to add some more Corys in here, a different type. This is kind of becoming one of my favorite tanks. Got these plants back here in the background that I just bought the other day and threw them in there, and I love the way they look. Again, I don't remember what they are. All right, next tank, another 40-gallon breeder. This tank has a lot going on in it. This has got some Leopard Plecos, some L006. You'll see him about there, about to go into the cave. There is a snowball pleco right in here. We've got Matei Corys that are in here. We've also got a bunch of orange laser Corys. Oh, there's a good orange laser right up there on the top there. There's probably 12 of those guys in here. There's also some Hillstream loaches in here, probably 5 or 6 of them I've had for probably 2 years now. There's also some black neons. And Apistogramma's cockatoides, triple reds. I got 3 or 4 of these from someone who gave them to me a while back, and they all ended up being males. So I bought a couple of females less than a month ago, but I don't think they're quite old enough to spawn yet. And then you'll see that I have 2 random guppies in here. This is like a platinum albino guppy that I lost the other female and the other male, so I just decided to throw him in here. And then this guppy that's absolutely beautiful, I don't remember what the heck he is, but I lost both the females, so I threw him in here. Thanks again, guys, for stopping by. I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you've got a question or a comment, be sure and leave it down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Love to be able to communicate with you guys. So thanks again, and God bless.